Risk management concepts. You live in a grim universe. That's risk management for you. Max Gladstone, Two Serpents Rise. Countermeasure selection. A security countermeasure should be cost-effective and should be decided based on some cost-benefit analysis. A commonly used cost-benefit calculation for a given safeguard is AL before countermeasure AL after countermeasure cost of countermeasure equals value of countermeasure to the organization. Implementation. Before implementing any controls, security professionals must consider the frameworks used for reference, tools deployed, and metrics for managing the controls. The goal of countermeasure implementation is to improve the organization's security without negatively impacting performance. Inherent risk is the risk that an organization decides not to implement any safeguards. Residual risk is risk that is left over after safeguards have been implemented. Residual risk equals inherent risk countermeasures. Risk response. 4 methods are used to handle risk: risk avoidance, risk transfer, risk mitigation, risk acceptance. Risk avoidance is terminating the activity that causes a risk. Risk transfer is passing the risk on to a third party, including insurance companies. Risk mitigation is defining the acceptable risk level the organization can tolerate and reducing the risk to that level. Risk acceptance, accepting the risk. Access control categories. Access control divided into 7 categories: compensative, corrective, detective, deterrent, directive, preventive, recovery. Compensative controls is an additional security control put in place to compensate for weaknesses in other controls. Examples of compensative controls include requiring 2 authorized signatures to release sensitive or confidential information and requiring 2 keys owned by different personnel to open a safety deposit box. Corrective controls work by correcting a damaged system or process. Examples of corrective controls include installing antivirus. Detective controls are controls that alert during or after a successful attack. Examples of detective controls: closed-circuit television cameras, CCTV. Deterrent controls deter users from performing actions on a system. Examples of deterrent controls is fences. Directive controls are in place to formalize an organization's security directive mainly to its employees. Directive control is an acceptable use policy, AUP. Preventive controls used to prevent errors, unwanted events, and unauthorized actions. Examples of preventive controls is locks. Recovery controls recover a system or device after an attack. Examples of recovery control is data backup. Access control types. 3 types of access controls are administrative, management, controls. Logical, technical, controls. Physical controls. Administrative controls are implemented by creating and following organizational policy, procedure, or regulation. For example, user training and awareness. Logical or technical controls are software or hardware components used to restrict access. Specific examples of logical controls are firewalls, IDSs, IPSs, encryption. Physical controls are implemented with physical devices, for example security guards.